delicious apple cobbler simply made in the crock pot. Let's talk about it.
Welcome to the channel. We're very glad you've joined us for this session. This time, Larry will demonstrate a simple, delicious, versatile cobbler cooked in the slow cooker. So let's get started. This is a Larry Under Pressure production.
In this video, I'm making an apple cobbler in the crock pot slow cooker. I've been looking for a long time for a good recipe that actually comes up somewhere near where a normal cobbler is in the slow cooker, and this is it. It comes out real good, and some of the ingredients might surprise you. They certainly did me. So let's get started. We're going to first of all mix up the batter part of the recipe. So let's get started. The surprising ingredient is the first ingredient, your first dry ingredient, and that's 1/2 cup of pancake mix. I didn't understand why the pancake mix, but after I made it, I realized why, because of the sweetness and what it gives it. The next thing we're going to put in is 3/4 of a cup of quick oats. This is not regular oats, old-fashioned oats. This is quick oats. They're smaller and they cook a lot faster than old-fashioned oats. The next thing we're going to put in is 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. There's the 3/4 cup of brown sugar. And then our spices. We're going to put in a 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and that's in here. We're going to dump that in and stir it all together. Now, no need to remember all that or write it down, because the recipe will be listed in the information below. So after you watch this video, click down below and the whole recipe will be there, and you can highlight it and then print it out, and it'll save you a lot of time and effort. Okay, we're going to mix that up, get it all nicely mixed up, and we're about 3/4 of the way done with the recipe. It's just that easy. So in here, remember, we've got our pancake mix, the quick oats, brown sugar, nutmeg, cinnamon, and salt. That's all that's in there. I'll be right back, and we'll go to the next part of the recipe. Here we go with the next part. I've chosen to use canned apple pie filling. There's a lot of different things you can use. You could use the canned apple pie filling, you could use the canned peach filling, canned cherry, blueberry, blackberry, or anything you like, or you could use some fresh fruit or frozen fruit. You could use just about, this is the most versatile, forgiving recipe I've ever seen, and it's really, really good. That's the reason I'm using it. It's taken me almost a year to come up with a recipe that I wanted to use on a cobbler in the slow cooker. So let's give this a whirl. I've been testing it, and it's tested out beautifully. So now I'm ready to let y'all have a go at it. I don't like to put things out that I'm not sure of, and things that I'm not positive on the outcome, because I don't want you, my viewers, disappointed. Okay, we've got the can of apples in the crock pot. Obviously I'm using a little small casserole pot. You could double the recipe and double the topping that we did with the pancake batter and the oats, double the fruit and double the size of the crock pot if you wanted. It would work just as well. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is, on top of that, we're going to sprinkle the mixture we made in the first phase. On top, we're just going to dump it right on, as you can see, and then we're going to spread it out so it's nice and spread out on there and not clumped up all in the middle. Then we're going to take 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. and pour them around on the top of that. I know it sounds crazy, but it works, so just do it. And the last thing we're going to do is we're going to add 1/2 cup, or this is 1 stick of melted butter, and just pour it around on the top of everything we already have in there. It doesn't have to be exactly any particular place because it's going to spread out once it begins to cook. Okay, we have everything in the pot. We're going to put the lid on. And by the way, those of you who have these clamps on your lids, let me give you a little piece of advice that I've read from the manufacturers. There have been a lot of people who complained about the lids shattering when they were cooking. These shouldn't be clamped down when you're cooking. They should only be clamped down when you're transporting. That's what they're for. And the heat with the stress of these clamps on the glass can cause it to break. Okay, we're going to turn this to high, and we're going to let it sit here and cook for about 2.5 hours. We're not going to touch it. No stirring, no mixing, no anything else, no opening. Remember, every time you open a crock pot, you increase the time by about 30 more minutes. So we'll be back in a little while and take a look at it as it progresses. And in 2.5 hours, we'll give it a taste test. All right, it's been about between 2.5 and 3 hours, and it's smelling ready. Oh yeah, it's done. It's nicely browned and ready to spoon up. Let's serve and see what it looks like. Oh my goodness. It looks wonderful. Smells amazing. Looks amazing. Probably is amazing. Look at that. Easy, inexpensive, delicious. And as it cools, it'll get thicker and thicker, and it can go in the refrigerator. That's one real good thing about it. You could make it ahead of time, put it in the refrigerator, and then rewarm it as you need it for dessert. And remember, I said, although this is apple, it could be made to be just about any other kind of fruit as well. It's just a real versatile recipe. Enjoy this when you try it. See what you think. Make it. Leave a comment, and we'll see you on the next one.
We hope you've enjoyed our video. If you're a returning subscriber, you know we love you and are always especially glad to have you visit us. If you haven't subscribed, we encourage you to subscribe, like, and press the notify button below so you'll be notified whenever Larry uploads new videos. In addition, there's a complete printed recipe below which you can print and keep for reference. Thank you again for your visit, and we'll see you next time. Take care.